It's almost time for the start of 2021, and I believe we should all be grateful for reaching this far. We have suffered major challenges, but looking back, as a nation, we came together and overcame the worst. With the new year on our minds, let's start a new book and write what we want and plan to achieve for ourselves. We are going to put our words into actions as we unlock our biggest achievements yet from the Book of Opportunity. Thanks for joining us on another edition of Jamaica Magazine. I am Theodore Henry. Stay tuned. You are a consumer, like myself, and we have rights. The Consumer Affairs Commission, CAC, is the entity that protects us and ensures that our rights are being upheld. They also give good advice on shopping, price gouging, and the use of your cards in the retail space. Now, I could stand here and tell you all about it, but I would rather you get the facts from the CAC.
Welcome to Get the Facts, the program that provides you with information on government's policies and initiatives. I'm your host, Enthros Campbell. Today we'll be talking about your rights as a consumer. Our resource person is Regional Officer, Consumer Affairs Commission, Mr. Richard Rowe. Mr. Rowe, welcome to the program.
My absolute pleasure. Thank you for having me.
It's really good to have you.
Yes.
Tell me, let us start now with the rights. There are 11 basic rights of the consumer as listed by the Consumer Affairs Commission. But the one that most persons focus on is the right to redress.
Yes.
Tell me, how have you been able to respond to that this year up to now?
Okay. Well, first of all, what's this right to redress?
Redress.
Redress is not to put on your clothes or take it off again, Redress really is the right to compensation.
Yes.
When you purchase an item, you expect it to work for the purpose for which you bought it. In the event that there's a problem, you want something to be done about it. The consumer should return to the store from which the item was bought. They could call ahead to say, I'm having this challenge, I am coming in to see you. When they go into the store, they are expecting really one of three things to be happening. And we call it in our consumer affairs the 3 R's, okay? Our education program. The right to redress speaks to a repair of the item if the item is under warranty. Yeah? Yes. So that's where we'll start. We'll start with repairing the item. If the company is unable to repair the item, then we expect that the item will be R number 2, replaced. And the third thing we are expecting is a refund of our money.
Yes.
Irrespective of the store's policy, you see. Yes, the store might say there's a no refund policy, but if you're entitled to refund, then you must get it. And so consumers have been contacting us. We intervene, having gotten all the information from the consumer. We then make contact with the vendor and get their side of the story. We establish whether or not there's a breach of the Consumer Protection Act, and we proceed accordingly. Sometimes there are some issues where there are really no set breach. However, we try as much as possible to get redress on behalf of the consumer.
Yes. But how many complaints you've attended to during January to this December period?
We handle, and I will tell you, this year we have seen a spike in the number of complaints.
Yes.
I don't know what COVID is doing to us, but COVID is perhaps allowing us to see the need to have the issues addressed. A lot of us have this camaraderie attitude, but what I see happening is that we have seen an increase, seriously, an increase in the number of complaints. So we handle just about 1,400, 1,500 complaints each year. I am positive over the January to let's say November period, that we had already surpassed that. So we are expecting even more before the end of December.
All right. What areas are you seeing the complaints in mostly?
A lot. appliances, those kinds of issues. We are seeing a spike too in the utilities,
Yes.
especially as it regards, you know,
Utilities, yes, yes, right, yes.
we have seen increase in the number of utility complaints, especially as it regards the telecom
Yes,
area.
yes. So you deal with those, or they should go to the OUR, for example?
Oh no, we deal with them. We deal
Yes,
with them.
yes, yes.
The OUR really is for appeals. Really,
Yes.
you have done everything and
Thank you for
nothing's
that.
happening, and you
Yes,
now go to
yes,
them for
yes,
appeals. Really
yes,
for
yes.
appeals. But if there's a complaint regarding utilities, yes, man, you come to the Consumer
Right.
Affairs Commission.
And I guess because so many of us are working from home, then we are going to be doing more through telecoms because everybody needs
Online.
bandwidth. And
Yes,
yes.
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 And that's why we have an increase in that area.
Yes. How does one make a complaint?
Okay, so you can call the Consumer Affairs Commission, 876-906-5425. That's one of the numbers. You can visit us online. We do have a website, and you can lodge your complaint through the website.
Yes, yes.
You can email us, info@csc.gov.jm. You can,
You have an app.
oh yes, you can do
Yes.
so through our app. And that app has been established, and we feel so proud. You can go online, you can see that app online. You can also download it onto your phone. And this app can be used to lodge complaints to the
Complaints,
Consumer
yes.
Affairs Commission as well.
Right,
Yes,
what
you
are-
can write to us. Our
Yes.
address is 34 Trafalgar Road,
Yes.
Kingston 10.
And we can walk in.
You can walk right in.
Yes, yes.
We'll be more than happy to attend to you.
Right. Okay, so we're coming up to holiday time.
Yes.
And because of COVID, more persons are shopping online.
Yes.
Yes, tell us what are some of the things we need, what measures we need to take while shopping online to ensure that we don't get the wrong items or we get whatever it is that we're asking for.
Well, the first thing is to check to see whether or not you're on a safe online platform.
Yeah, so does one do that?
So the website, you will see what is called a lock, a padlock looking
Yes.
object on the website at the side there. You check to see if that lock is there. Once it is there, it suggests that it's a safe website.
Yes.
You look on the website to see reviews. You check to see how many persons are having issues, how many persons might have returned items, how was it dealt with. You check the Facebook page to see some of the things that are happening on it. Because consumers complain, and sometimes when they're not satisfied, they will write back, they will hit back, and they will use social media to get at you. Mm-hmm. And so you check for those things. And then if you feel satisfied that these are people that you think you can do business with, then you perhaps go ahead. But it's important. And you can check with the Consumer Affairs Commission. You can check us. I'm about to do business with this person. Do you have any complaints on your system against them?
Very good.
We'll be more than happy to share the information with you.
Yes,
And that will help you to make up your mind as to whether or not you want to do business with this person.
Yes.
That kind of a thing. But I know the online thing is one of those. You make sure you get some advice from persons who perhaps might have used the service before. Is it quick and efficient as they say? What are the repercussions? Are they having internal issues that are causing delays or what have you? There are some things we can do to protect ourselves before, not after.
Yes. So let's take a quick break now and pick up with some more information about your right as a consumer. Stay with us. Welcome back to Get the Facts. We're talking with Regional Officer Consumer Affairs Commission, Mr. Richard Rowe. When we're going to the break, we're talking about shopping online. But people are shopping in store as well. What are some of the measures we need to take to ensure that we don't have to come to you for redress?
Well, first of all, we should be very clear on what it is that we want before we go shopping. Sometimes it makes sense to write it down. I know consumers tend to have issues where that is concerned. But yes, when you go to the store, check and see what are their return policies having to do with, these signs sometimes that says no refund, etc.
Yes, yes.
So check to see what the store's policies are on return of items. And when you shop, ensure that you get your receipt, yeah? And the receipt should tell you certain information, what you purchased, how much you paid, those basic information, where to find the store. So very often we don't get that kind of information. And after you leave, you wonder what happened. There's no number to call if there's a problem. And so, try and check out those things. And then if you're satisfied with what you have there, then you can, go ahead and make your purchase. So I think it's very, very important.
Yes.
And if you're having a challenge, if you bought the item, there's a problem, you went back to the store and you're not satisfied with what is going on in terms of their response and how they're treating with the situation, then that's where we come in. You call the Consumer Affairs Commission. But just do make sure you do all your due diligence and check on the store, check the items thoroughly. Make sure that what you have paid for is exactly what you have received before you leave the store. And even if it is a matter of something that is being delivered, make sure that what you paid for is exactly what is delivered. You don't even have to have them unload it. Once you see that it's not what you paid for, you send it right back to whence it came. And ensure that once you do that, you make a call to the store to say what the problem is. But you have to call the store before coming to us, because we would need to know what the store's response was before you come to us.
Earlier, I hope you said the first step in the redress is repair.
Yes.
If I, for example, buy an iron,
Yes.
and by the next day it's not working, you would still have to repair before you go the next day?
Well, under the warranty, yes, that's the first thing. But if it was just yesterday, I would want to see that item replaced, yeah?
Right.
And I mean, there's no evidence that I did anything to stop it from working. I would want it to be replaced right away, with one of similar value, by the way. It cannot be just any, or look around, take anything else from the store. If you wanted anything else from the store, you would have bought anything else from the store. So it has to be one of similar comparative value, and ensure that, what you pay for is exactly what you get.
Is there any guideline as to how many days you should wait, or after how many days your item won't be accepted?
Different items have different days. Some stores say after 3 days, after 5 days, after 7 days, you can't get a refund. Those kinds of nuances. But know those terms. You need to know those terms before you make those purchases, But yes, there are some days that some stores use, but irrespective of the days, the fact is, depending on what you bought, if you feel that you're being cheated, then call us and have us intervene in the matter.
Right. And you can't return a dress, for example, that you have worn already.
I've heard of it being done overseas.
Right. But that doesn't work here.
But this is Jamaica, yeah?
Okay. All right. Talk to us about the Consumer Protection Act. How does it protect us?
Yes. In fact, I'm holding a copy in my hand. The Consumer Protection Act is that act that establishes the role of the Consumer Affairs Commission and what we do in terms of support to government and ensuring the safety and protection of consumers. The Act has so many different parts that speaks to the provider's responsibility, the consumer's role and responsibility, and for the breaches, what is done when you breach the act.
Yes.
Yeah, whether it be fine and or imprisonment, but it's all here. And how it protects the consumer, once we identify with a breach, with a complaint, we will ensure that the provider is aware of the breach, and we will say to them, based on this, you have breached, what are you going to do? Are you going to repair the item? Are you going to replace the item? Or are you going to offer a full refund? And usually it goes in that order. They'd want to do the repair first, then the replacement next, and then the refund is the last thing they want to do. But if the consumer is entitled to a refund, they must get it.
Must get a refund.
Yes.
Yes. What are some of the issues that worries you or the Consumer Affairs Commission most about consumerism?
Oh boy, too many of us can't bother.
Okay.
Too many of us can't bother. We spend $500, we can't bother. We spend $5,000, we can't bother. And I don't know how much we really need to spend to bother. The fact is that it is our reaction that will help the market to become better
Definitely.
at what we are doing.
Definitely.
That will help the merchants to become much more strident in making sure that what they are selling to us is better quality, is better this and better that. And the service is also a very major part of the problem. We have grown into this habit of accepting this service that is just, we need to understand that when we make purchases, we purchase services too. And so service we should get at no extra cost. Persons should serve us well. And if you're not getting that kind of service, you can walk out, but say why you're walking out. Don't just hiss your teeth and walk out. Say why you're walking out, because many times the manager who is in charge is not even aware of what's going on on the floor.
Yes.
He's upstairs in an office and not sure that, not knowing that someone just walked out because of poor service. So service is a major issue, and we have become too, relaxed
Accepting,
and
yes,
accepting
of
of the
poor
poor
service.
service.
Yes.
So that's a major
Yes,
issue.
yes.
And I think it's important that we read some more. We don't read.
Yes.
We just sign, many of us, and we don't read. So those are some issues that consumers really have that we can do better with. Yes.
And you will help us.
Definitely. Definitely.
It was such a pleasure talking with you today
My
on Get the Facts.
absolute
We have to
pleasure.
invite you back.
Sure.
Very good.
My pleasure.
This has been Get the Facts. Our guest was Regional Officer, Consumer Affairs Commission, Mr. Richard Rowe. For more information on the rights of the consumer, please contact the Consumer Affairs Commission, toll free 888-991-4470 or 876-906-8568. You may also visit their website at consumeraffairsjamaica.gov.jm. Until next time, when Get the Facts brings you, as always, more useful information, I'm Enthros Campbell. Thanks for watching. Take good care.
Motorists, when driving on the road, here are some simple reminders. Look out for and extend courtesy to all road users. Give plenty of room to pedestrians, especially in wet weather. Drive slowly. No bother wet them up. Slow down when approaching a pedestrian crossing or school, and always be prepared to stop. Remember, a school zone is a 30-kilometer zone. Cut your speed. Drivers of large and slow-moving vehicles should always keep in the far left hand of a dual carriageway. Keep it simple. Drive left and pass right. These are just simple reminders of your road duties. Drive safely.
We may not know how much longer we will be plagued by COVID-19, but we still have a beautiful island that we can explore. So as we venture into 2021, remember, opportunities await and there are places to visit right here in Jamaica. Following COVID-19 protocols, of course. But let's reminisce by taking this tour of the Breadbasket Parish, St. Elizabeth.
Our island is home to about 10 lighthouses, and this is one of them. The Lover's Leap Lighthouse, which stands 1,600 feet above sea level, is located in what once was the largest parish in Jamaica. Today, we're going on an exciting excursion to explore the Breadbasket Parish, starting right here at Lover's Leap. Welcome to St. Elizabeth.
In the 18th century, Lover's Leap, there was a plantation, and there were slaves working on that plantation. And you had, how it got its name was that there were two lovers, Tunky and Mizzy, who fell in love. And the slave master really wanted Mizzy for himself. And those two lovers they found out that they wanted to separate them both. And they decided that before they got separated, they ran away. And they found themselves at this cliff, which is 1,700 feet above sea level. And they just decided to jump. They rather die than be separated. So January 2018, Jakes took over the management of Lover's Leap. And today we have a full restaurant and bar. Every day we do offer a tour of the grounds, giving the story of the two lovers. We're also looking into having a guided tour down to the bottom of the cliff and back up, which can take you maybe about 3.5 hours for the entire tour.
Crocodiles are one of Jamaica's endangered species and one of the oldest animals in the world. Here at the Black River Safari, you can not only learn more about the crocodiles, but it is said that you can get a little up close and personal with these amazing animals.
Presently, we're on the Black River, and this is Jamaica's longest navigable river. It is 44 miles long, about 70 kilometers.
Oh, see over there, sir.
As you can see, it's smiling, showing off those 68 teeth, 38 at the top and 30 at the bottom, which is very sharp enough to rip through both flesh and bones. So throughout the crocodile's lifetime, they will relocate themselves for a source of food, for mating, or if they're just being bullied by a more bigger and a more aggressive crocodile. This is Christian. This is one of the male crocodile that we have released from our nursery. Don't run. Yeah. In total, so far from that facility, we have released actually 118 crocodiles now.
So we are getting a little bit of rain out here in the safari, but it's still an amazing experience.
On land, the crocodile can do a top speed of up to 50 kilometers an hour, but only for a short distance. They get tired easily. In the water, they swim pretty fast as well. So you would not be able to outrun or to outswim one, which you don't have to do. You only need to move faster than the person next to you. Well, that's the easier way.
I legit feel like a daredevil after this experience. However, if this isn't for you, I'm sure our next stop has something for the entire family.
It's relaxing, and you can just sit and what you like. What you like? You like lions, you like birds, you like monkeys, what you like. We attract visitors from all over the world. When I say all over the world, name it. And it is very interactive, as you saw today, where the kids having a lot of fun. And I chose St. Elizabeth because of the location. It's actually in the center of Jamaica, where it's easy for the persons from Montego Bay to access, persons from Kingston, and even from like Ocho Rios. Outside of that, the habitats, as you can see, a lot of trees. It's like country. It's like, you know, it's right for the animals.
We've been on the road all day, learning, touring, and exploring, simply having a blast. And I bet you're wondering where to next. Just be patient. Let me enjoy my coconut from Miss Sharon right here in Holland Bamboo. We'll soon reach. St. Elizabeth has many secrets, and this is one of them. The Breadnote Valley Estate, which spans over 76 acres, is home to 7 natural falls created by this river, which flows from the Cockpit country through to the Black River. The estate is located right between Newton and Magotty here in St. Elizabeth. As the sun sets on an immaculate day, I'm here surrounded by a pristine coastline. Our journey today ends here at Floyd's Pelican Bar, which is situated about a mile or so off the south coast. Good vibes, good people, and an awesome structure.
I'm from St. Elizabeth and I think it's the best. So on the Pelican Bar located in it, which is a very nice attraction since year 2001. And I think it's a one-of-a-lifetime experience and a visit to come over and see what it's like. And we're located in southwest St. Elizabeth in a fishing village called Pelican.
There's somewhere here in St. Elizabeth for everyone, so just take a turn off round the bend and have some fun.
An important message from the Ministry of Health and Wellness. What to do if you think you have been exposed or are experiencing signs and symptoms of COVID-19. Immediately call 888-1-LOVE. That's 888-663-5683. In addition, you should stay at home. Don't go to work, school, or any public place. Do not use public transport, and avoid visitors to your home. You may need to do this for up to 14 days to reduce the spread of the infection. A message from the Ministry of Health and Wellness.
With no fireworks display this year at the waterfront in downtown Kingston and no big New Year's Eve party to attend, some of you may be wondering just how you are going to ring in the new year. That's actually easier than you think if you're not going to church. Make the usual calls to say Happy New Year. Write your resolutions and set attainable goals, or even 5-year goals if you feel like you need more time. If you don't have any sort of goals for 2021, that's fine, you are normal. Simply live. Grab your masks and sanitizers and head out on a road trip. Be safe while you're at it though. Or you can stay at home and reminisce on the past year and make improvements in your life where you believe you fell short. 2020 was an interesting year, but we survived it. For some, if not all, it brought us closer together with our families and friends while showing us just how short life really is and how it can change in a split second. Be safe on your journeys. Do something impactful as we continue to make Jamaica the place of choice to live, work, raise families, and do business. This is where the magazine ends for today, but if you would like to see more content like this, then visit our YouTube page. We also have all the latest news and updates on our social media pages and on our website, that's at jis.gov.jm. On behalf of the entire production crew, I'm Theodore Henry. Thanks for watching and stay safe.
This has been a production of the Jamaica Information Service, the voice of Jamaica.